Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover as we got more that have surfaced linked to the Drake vs Kendrick Lamar battle. As hours ago, Drake was actively stoking the flames, perhaps due to some viral posts on social media where rap fans were clowning him for trying to let it die down, because if you recall, this was exactly what he accused Kendrick Lamar of doing on Tailor Made Freestyle. And we'll be exploring some of these viral posts that I presume got Drake back in the ring, and this is coming just days after this went viral. Drake is rumored to drop another diss track soon, or around the same time Kendrick releases the music video for Not Like Us, and we'll expand on this in a bit, including Drake sneakily accusing Kendrick Lamar of faking his streams that led to heated debates as expected. And speaking on this battle, since Rick Ross got involved early on and even released a Drake diss song, Rick Ross was reportedly in Canada a few hours ago and decided to play Not Like Us at the end of his set. And boy, it didn't end well for Rick Ross and his team according to reports, and apparently Drake and Chubbs have reacted to the alleged beatdown they received in Canada, and social media users have been going off since. More on this momentarily. And today we also have more linked to Eminem, as clearly thousands of pop fans posing as Megan Thee Stallion fans aren't happy about the fact that they turned out to be so wrong about the claims they made about Eminem after Houdini released. And we got a classic that went viral that keep making matters worse for the younger generation, as Gen Z can't catch a break online. And we'll get to more on this in a bit, including reports on Houdini's first month performance, and also Will Smith's latest song that was performed at the BET Awards that raised eyebrows on the web, as many on social media have concluded that it was inspired by an Eminem song. And before we get started, here are some highlights from the BET Awards. Nicki Minaj won Best Female Hip Hop Artist, Kendrick Lamar won Best Male Hip Hop Artist, and he was up against acts like Drake, J. Cole, and Wayne, and Killer Mike's Michael won Album of the Year. And during his speech, he also addressed those who may react with "Who?" Check out some snippets.
A lot of people gonna say, who was he? Who is he? Why did he get it? I am a representation of one of the finest things God has ever made, and that's one half of the black family. Black men and women, I am you. Whether you young, whether you're old, whether you like me, whether you don't like me, I am absolutely you. And this win is absolutely ours.
And since Will Smith performed his latest song during the show that started with this flow and cadence,
"You're just done with the chains and the games and the shame, and this world is insane. All the pain from the flames that you walk through. No one to talk to but ghosts that'll haunt you, thoughts that you taunt you." Oh.
thousands of users took to social media to share posts like these, even casuals. "This sounds like Whatever You Say I Am" by Eminem, same flow. And this was similar sentiments across social media platforms. On IG, for instance, this was said, but also with a lot of hate towards Will Smith under some posts about this. He sounds like he's trying to mimic Eminem and failing. And over on Reddit, we even got jokes. "Someone stole flows from my favorite rapper. I can only say that Will Smith, keep my favorite rapper's flow out of your freaking mouth." But what are your thoughts? Is this a reach? And moving on, perhaps Drake saw a couple of the viral posts and videos clowning him for how he is now the one trying to let it die, because a few hours ago, Drake was back to trolling, following rumors that he is planning to drop another Kendrick diss. And first, a comment hit the web of what looks to be Drake accusing Kendrick Lamar of using bots to boost his numbers, as this was spotted under Trainwreck's kick chat from Drake. "Hey Pragmatic, can we take it back to 2022? Can you backdoor Eddie like Spotify backdoored the streams for that one song from that one guy?" And Drake insinuating that Spotify helped boost Kendrick's song led to a roasting session, as users pulled up reports of Drake literally getting pushed by Spotify. For instance, this from Pitchfork. From 2018, Spotify has placed Drake on the cover of every playlist on its landing page, even ones with no Drake tracks. And this also blew up don't start talking about help from Spotify. And this is about when Spotify literally made Certified Lover Boy to be accessible for free without ads for its first week of release. And guess what happened when they did that? Certified Lover Boy set the record for most streamed album in one day. And now some have concluded with people like Drake. I've always noticed that every time they accuse somebody else of something, it is actually something they did. Every accusation is a confession, although some have hit back at Kendrick fans for posting these receipts of Spotify, pushing Drake with, "That album came out 6 years ago, the bridge is burned," and Drake has a point about them validating botted streams. This agenda pushing is tiring, and the back and forth continued. They manipulated their platform in a way that allowed Drake to get far more streams than anyone else. He had no problem with it, but is upset when they allegedly do it for someone else. But perhaps the rumors are true that Drake has something planned, as he wasn't done stoking the fire. Check this out. Drake eating the fried rice at New Ho King. This is the restaurant and the fried rice Kendrick Lamar mentioned in his Drake diss Euphoria. Eyes emoji. And this reaction went viral. Everything this man does to try to prove how unbothered he is just further proves how bothered he is. But Drake wasn't done, as he shared a clip from a bowling alley, and in the clip you can see Drake go by 69 God. And this reaction went viral. You can't troll through this one, clown dude. And in my opinion, that rumor may actually be true. Drake may have something planned, since he's been quiet until the rumors hit that Not Like Us remix may be on the way that features West Coast legends, even Snoop Dogg. And speaking on this battle, if you recall, Rick Ross also got involved, and he was reportedly in Canada for a show a few hours ago.
Canada, the boss back. The boss is back. Vancouver, we finna shut this bitch down. You heard me?
However, he decided to end his set with Not Like Us playing, but it didn't end well according to reports. Check it out. Rick Ross and his bodyguards got allegedly jumped by OVO goons for trying to play Not Like Us in Canada. We can't show the video on this platform, but the clips show that Rick Ross got punched at least one time, and yes, his crew got a beatdown in Canada. And before we get to Drake's reaction, boy, users on social media have been going off, as Rick Ross's DJ Sam Sneak also allegedly got a beatdown.
You don't want to say something about Drake and fucking can't go to Canada. You got wild niggas like Preston, Bun, and all them wild niggas in Top 5 and all these niggas. You got wild niggas in Canada. You know how fans get, you know, it just get crazy. It could be a fan to punch you in the head or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, man. Ooh.
Hence takes like, I don't want to see Rick Ross smiling all in the camera tomorrow like he's untouchable. Dude, you took a huge L. Your security and DJ got packed out. Y'all was scared. And by playing Not Like Us there, they were literally asking for trouble. And you could say this is a classic case of F around and find out. And some have added, Rick Ross was just calling Drake a white boy, then gets him and his security beat up by a bunch of white boys, laughing my bum off. Funny how the world works. And more on this note, someone take Rick Ross' baby mama and Charleston White's phones before they wake up and see this, and some believe it is on. So it's safe to say Drake better watch his back coming to Miami or LA. Industry battle rap always ends with the fans hurting themselves. Pathetic. But let's be real, what was Rick Ross expecting? As some have added, you didn't think Ross should have took extra security measures? Then he played a song calling him a PDF file. Come on, man. It is common sense. And to clear the air, some have added, if Drake came to Compton and played Family Matters, he would have gotten jumped as well. Ross just ain't planned his ish properly, and some have called out Rick Ross for what he was trying to do. Let's be very clear, Rick Ross did this because he wanted to say that he could play Not Like Us in Drake's country, and nothing will happen to troll Drake. Can't get mad that he got jumped for it. Based on the popular narrative narrative about Canadians. What Rick Ross tried to do goes beyond disrespecting Drake because of the narrative about Canadians. But what are your thoughts? As now some have concluded, this is probably the worst L Ross could take. Drake is never gonna shut up about this, loudly crying emoji. And 2 members of Ross's team reportedly got knocked out, and Drake and Chubbs reportedly reacted to these beatdown videos. Chubbs reacted on IG with laughing emojis, and Drake reportedly liked the video. And moving on, following the fact that Megan Thee Stallion released a new album that got outperformed by a single Eminem song, Houdini, and going back to the fact that users on Twitter were going viral a month ago when they claimed Eminem used Megan for clout, these users aren't taking it well, as the goalpost has been moved and this went viral. Just saw an Eminem stan account. And Gen Z can't catch a break. The most ignorant keep going viral. And this was met with takes like, you can always tell someone's age with their hot takes online because Eminem created the term stan, idiot, laughing emoji. And this was also met with takes like, every 3 months we get one of y'all exposing how slow you are, skull emoji. And more, new generation not knowing where stan came from, but using it is insane. But to be fair, they ran out of arguments after the objective data came in that showed it was actually the other way around. And Eminem mentioning Megan on Houdini was actually clout from Megan. And we got the first month report for Houdini. Check it out. 193.5 million streams on Spotify. That makes it the second fastest rap song of all time to do this in this time frame, behind Not Like Us, 94 million views and 129 million YouTube plays. That makes it the fastest rap song in 2024 to do this on YouTube. Number 1 in 13 countries and number 1 on iTunes for 21 days. And with Toby just around the corner, Genius Charts already reveals that Toby's page has already cracked the top 10 on the platform. And that will be all for today. And be sure to subscribe for more, as Toby is just around the corner. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.